In this video, we're going to be looking at how permissions work in AirManual, specifically how to restrict access to pages and folders so that the right people see the right information. First, I wanted to mention that you can actually find guidance on how to do this already in our Help Center, and how to find it is select the orange question mark at the top right, and then select Help Center. And once the page opens, select Organizing Pages, which is the third option, and then select the second page, which is how do I restrict access to a page or a folder. But I wanted to walk through this step by step. So with permissions, there are three key questions to understand: what, who, and how. So the what goes over what in your workspace can be restricted. So permissions can be set either at a folder level or at a page level. And one of the easiest ways to think about this is a folder can contain multiple subfolders and pages within it. And when you go to actually set permissions for that folder, then everything inside it will follow the permissions that have been set for that folder. The second consideration is who in your workspace can manage permissions. So they actually can be managed by anyone in your business if they have the right permission level. By default, every new page or folder uses blanket permissions, meaning everyone can see everything inside it unless you change it. And everyone can also change permissions unless you update the permissions for that individual, okay? The third consideration is how. So what you need to do is open a folder. So let's use finance as an example. And in finance, let's use banking, for example. So let's say the banking folder is high priority. It's very sensitive information that's in here. How you would update the permissions is you'd select browse and then select share. And then what you need to understand, as I mentioned earlier, is everyone has access to all the content in your workspace unless you change it. If you, for example, come here and change the access, if you remove access and then you select save changes, you're also removing your own access. So you have to add your own email address in. So for example, I'm going to add my email address in because I am a member of this workspace. I'm going to add myself and you'll see that I've been added. Now I need to change my own permissions so I have full permissions, right? So full access. Now, once I save the changes, everyone in the business will not have access to this folder at all, but I will have full access. And then you can do that with all the other individuals in your business who need a certain level of access to this particular folder. All right, so let's say we need to now update the permissions for a particular page. Let's use the first one. So you'll open that page, same thing, select the three dots at the top right, select share, and then again, add yourself. And then I'm going to update my own permissions so I have full access, including providing permissions for others, and then add everyone else, and then remove everyone else's permissions. Then save your changes. Now, what do the 4 permission levels mean? So at this point, everyone in company Y has access to all of the folders and the pages inside it, but changing the permissions has some meaning depending on what type of permission you update. So can view and use. So if I select this, then the individuals who have access to this folder can only view and use all the content they have access to, and they can also view their own submissions to this checklist or to anything in that folder, but not anyone else's. Can edit means that I get all of the permissions in can view and use as well. I'm able to edit checklists that I have access to, okay? I can also create new pages and folders inside the folder that I've been given access to. Can view submissions means I have all the permissions above, as well as I can view the submissions made by other individuals, but I still cannot change anyone else's permission. And then can share is giving individuals full access. In other words, they can also do everything that the previous permissions can do, but they can also change who has access to what in your workspace, like I'm doing right now. And that's how permissions work in AirManual: what they are, who can manage them, and how to set up the right level of permissions for each individual. And if you have any questions or you need support, you can always reach out to us at support@airmanual.co, or you can chat with a member of the team by selecting the chat icon at the bottom right and chatting with a member of the team, and we will be more than happy to help and support you. Okay? Have a great day.